ENZO MARESCA, I am so sorry. I owe you the biggest apology on the face of this earth. When it was announced that ENZO MARESCA would be the new Chelsea manager, I really thought that it was going to be worse than 22-23. Why? Because he'd never managed in the Prem, did not have any big time experience. Yes, he won the championship with Leicester, but come on, let's be serious. I think the concerns were valid. And then you pair that with the fact that they blew an 18-point lead in the championship. They should have won it 3 months before they actually did, mathematically. You know, Leicester fans saying he's tactically inflexible, he's this, he's stubborn, he's blah, blah, blah. And you were just like, oh, God, here we go again. But, dude, I have been put in my place. I have been so egregiously wrong about this man. I have a whole list on here of shit I was wrong about in terms of ENZO MARESCA. It's okay. I am so happy I'm wrong. I am so happy that I was wrong about him. Thank you. Thank you, ENZO, for making me look dumb. Going into it, I have sub points. But the overall point here is I am overall massively impressed with pretty much everything. I don't have I really don't have any big concerns. There are things where I'm like, okay. But even that, it's that can be solved. It's not like a glaring issue that I'm having a problem with. First, squad management. The load management has been impeccable. We have injury prone players like the Reeses, like the Lavias, like the Pedro Netos, and they've all been, well, no, Reese is not fine, but Lavia had been injured. He's come back. His fitness has been there. Pedro has been fit pretty much this whole time. I think he had a little knock when he first signed, but we're knock on wood, knock on wood. And then another facet of the squad management is the competition has been kept up with this squad. If you are performing poorly, there's a guy right behind you who's playing in the conference league who wants to be playing in the Prem, and if he's playing better than you, babe, like what he did this weekend, Nani hasn't been performing up to snuff, and he put Pedro on the right, and he put, I can't remember who on the left. My mind is totally blank now. Jadon Sancho on the left. Competition is so important to keep these players hungry, to keep them going. Literally, do not rest on your laurels. You don't have time to rest on your laurels, quite frankly. So yeah, squad management, excellent. His press conferences, I am obsessed with his press conferences. He's so well spoken. He's very ruthless, but he's not like Jose. I wouldn't say he's arrogant or rude or abrasive. He's just very to the point, and I love that. Some of the things that I've listed out here, just literally off the top of my brain, if they don't buy what I'm selling them, they don't play. Love. I love how he's been downplaying Chelsea being in a title race. He's just very real. He's like, no, this is not happening. Also, the media is putting a lot of pressure on Chelsea to finish in the top four, and he's like, there's no pressure. We just go out and we play, and if we win, that's great. The performances are what matter to me. And from the beginning of the season, just shot down the bloated squad nonsense the media was trying so hard to push, saying, I have 2 players for striker, I have 2 players for cam, I have 2 players for left wing, I have 2 players for right wing. That's it. Tactical flexibility is next, and probably my most favorite. A big point of concern from the Leicester fans was that he was super tactically inflexible. I have not seen a moment of tactical inflexibility from this man. And then that made me think maybe he wanted to change stuff at Leicester, but he felt like he didn't have the personnel to execute it, because you could have the best idea, right? If you don't have the people to do the thing, then it doesn't really matter because it's going to look like shit and, diminishing returns and all that. Something else, in terms of tactical flexibility, he is not afraid to make a big change. There's been a couple of games, right? Wolves, where he takes off Mudryk and puts on Neto, and then we score 4 in the second half. And then the following game, he takes off Neto at the half and puts in Sancho, and we win. Sancho sets up the assist for another sub in Kunku to win the game. So I like that when he sees a problem, he reacts immediately. He doesn't wait another additional 15-20 minutes in the second half to see if it'll work when it clearly wasn't working for the first 45. He just does it, and I'm obsessed. Another thing I really like, the last thing that I really like, is he keeps opposition on their toes. Because if you notice something about the Chelsea teams he puts out, they're not all the same. They're never the same. No one's doing necessarily the same thing. It's like minor things that you can't ever really prepare for. You can't tell me Unai Emery knew that we were going to play all three midfielders, but Caicedo would be inverting as the right back. You can't tell me he knew that. He didn't. So I like that he tries new stuff. Oh, and this also. He'll try new things, right? If it doesn't work one game, he's never trying it again. If you try something and he likes it, you'll see it again. I like that. I like a manager who's not afraid to experiment. I'm never going to be mad for experimentation. I'm going to be mad if the experiment has shown it's not working and you keep trying to shoehorn it, i.e., Poch, Chile left wing, and Colwell left back. Like, you can try new things. I'm never going to shit on you for that. If it doesn't work, don't do it. Stop trying to prove a point. Who are you proving a point to? Just win. Yeah. Enzo Maresca, this is my 10-minute apology to you. I love you. And long may it continue. You have changed my life in 13 games. And I honestly think I would do cartwheels through glass for this man at this point.